All right, we're about to start up our lair and go from there. Um, just so we note it, I typically lean lair before orc in almost all scenarios. I suppose if like your bow, or I don't know, maybe some other weird scenarios, you might go orc first. But I am not, so we will do a typical lair entry point. Yeah. Might actually learn slow just to have it. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be casting very many other spells, so if I have that as an option, maybe that'll be relevant somewhere. All right, pretty plain layer entrance. We'll see where we go here. We got some identify. I think I might go for some of these scrolls. Maybe there's one, we start getting some enchant weapons, and we can pump up our main attack a little bit. I'm gonna I was just gonna say I'm gonna try to continue to abuse this sling, but this is a pretty scary little position to be in. Elephants can be very aggressive creatures, to say the least. They'll knock you off of places you want to be. So I have options here. I either can plant myself in one of these little holes and then silo them, or try to bring them upstairs. But it's always risky bringing elephants upstairs because of their ability to knock back. But I'm going to wait for my guy to spawn. I'm going to go down, and then we're going to see. If I go up, it'll be that tunnel. Let's kill the one to our left. Quick. And then now we're down to one-sided elephants. And we're okay. And all good. A yak pack, not too bad anymore. With our little buddy shooting away. We got a ring of positive energy. I'd rather just have the +6 strength, and I don't know. I almost never need positive energy. It's not like I'm going into crypts or anything like that. Scroll of vulnerability. That's a trap scroll. There's some uses for it, but it's very rare. Oh, we got our first shield, which is great to see. I'm not exactly sure I can immediately pop it on, but I certainly will try. And we're going to get that up to at least 10 real quick here. And now we're starting to get real beefy. That's what I like to see. I don't like the shield enough to just start popping enchant armor on it. There's better shields. Who's to say? So we have a funeral rites, which I've learned that the new little combined ghost vault world right here has something to do with funerals, which makes sense. Always pop in. It's safe to look. One thing I would suggest is always make sure you open the paths to the exit doors. In case you need to make a run for it. So we have some good potions. Sleep, sheep, and a two-handed axe. What's our ghost like? Because everything else is manageable. He is a... He's got some sort of weapon of freezing. Does real damage. And he's a berserker of Trog, so he can probably berserk. I mean, as much as I like the stuff inside, a berserker ghost is very scary. It's not like you can resist his aggressive damage. What do we have here? We have a Randart sword. A book's underneath the ghost. I would like to inspect this guy. He's just a fighter, demon spawn of bow. I could probably kill him, but for what reason? I don't really see much there of value other than some gold. But if I have to use like a potion to kill him, it's like, would I rather have the gold or the potion? You know? And we have a heal potion, but a bunch of vampires. This doesn't seem like any of this is a sustainable choice, and so I'm just gonna carry on. Yeah, so we're just gonna work our way through here. With the help of our Hep guy, we're doing real damage. And what do we have here? Oh, so it's worth noting I can now idealize, which heals and protects. It basically boosts my guy up a bit. We get a heavy broadaxe. I wish it was like a plus of something. I don't care what the brand is, but I very rarely use the heavy of anything. It just makes them so slow. Of course, the damage rating is high, but it's like, at what cost? You're going to be swinging at half speed. It's not sustainable. Death Yaks are in the name deathly. I'm going to recall my guy. Swing it at 1. Just bring one up. You can kill one Death Yak, but a pack of Yaks, a pack of Death Yaks is not fun. Hopping frogs can be quite annoying. We have to remember we have our pack of Yaks wandering. We don't want to go too far from an upstair. Now they're to our right, and I don't want to approach with nothing to escape from this way. So we'll head over here. Let's identify some stuff here. I still want to look for weapon enchant. Look at that. So I'm going to pop this immediately on my broadaxe. Just buff up. I mean, a +9 broadaxe of freezing, you can win a 15-rune game with that. Like, I am very happy putting it on there. The only downside is if somehow I run into a broadaxe of like +5 and I can brand scroll away some more that way. But that's an edge case, and I'm in layer 1 or layer 2 with a +1 broadaxe of freezing. I'm in a good place. I don't need to complain in any aspect. So our Yaks are somewhere. Here's a few Yaks. We're kind of trapped in a bad angle, but I'm going to make my way across. Oh, it's worth noting I've hit X level 8, I believe it was, and so now I can now I'm flying by default, and I've got a little bit better evasion. So I'm gonna pull this way, get one Yak, have my guy kill it, and then work our way through the rest of the Yaks. Honestly, I could even just continue on with the floor, get more powerful. I think these are new Yaks. This is just so many Death Yaks. I'm not really feeling confident. I'm just gonna try to deal with one Yak at a time. Pull back. Just take it slow. Look at how many these are. They actually might be the same Yak pack, just because I didn't realize there was a connection there. Come on. I want my guy to follow me a little bit farther. I'm going to dart some just to help along. I'm going to let him come in. Okay. We're okay. Let's go to layer 3. Really open. So here's a Hydra. I'll start by hitting it from afar. This didn't go as well as I thought it would. Typically the cold will have killed him by now. This is actually quite scary. But one swing and I'm done. I may actually keep using the War Axe of Flaming by default for future Hydras. I guess I'm not at the power level where I thought I could have just zerged him out of existence. Let's go to a safety hole. It's always nice to have near an elephant pack. Another enchant weapon. Yes, please. Make my broad axe a little better. Identify something new. I've already got basically everything I would ever want from scrolls. There's a chance I get an experience potion, so I will, or something like that, where it's like a worst case scenario Berserker Rage. Okay, so what this means right here is that we're going to get Spider today. Spider, as a melee, is not the worst as long as you play it safe. Casters dislike spiders more. There's a lot of spiders that mess with your mana usage, or they'll web wrap you, or they'll be very resistant to your spells. So, I mean, it's either snake or spider as one of your S branches. They're equally bad. I mean, if it wasn't hard, what's the point of playing the game? But it's not really a complaint, it's just noticing that it's spider. I'm just more curious if I'm getting swamp or shoals. It's swamp. So we have a swamp and spider combination today. I do have our poison. Once again, I'm not really happy with my body slot yet. Perhaps there's going to be a swamp dragon in swamp that I can upgrade to like a dragon scale version of our poison. We'll see. Anyways, layer 4. Still working away at our Evo. Shield's going well. Dodge has been dropped a little. Armor's working slowly. We're almost at max delay for min delay, sorry. Excuse me, for my axe. I believe it's 16, or is it 18 for the broad? 18. So we got a little bit more to go, but that's okay. Here would have been our Jiva. I really want to have a good Jiva one of these days. Okay, we got a Catablipaz, or just like the sleepy line oxen. I don't know what you would call it. The good news is when you have Hep, he gets really distracted by your buddy, and it can give you more opportunities to dodge his sleep. Unfortunately, he really nuked my my sleep, but that's fine. Once you're up in front of him and you don't have like a million sleep ground effects around you, it's pretty quick to take care of them. You just gotta like do a little dance around him as you attack one after the other. A little bit of lag. When the frogs blink near you, do a swing at him. Whatever. The nice thing with having the battle mage is you can really leash away, and he'll just nuke them while you're leashing, and then they'll switch to him, and then you can nuke them. It's a good partnership. So we got a nice ring here. We don't need the intellect. We never did. So I'm going to drop the intellect from now on, and at least we have a productive ring of protection, which is nice because, like I've been saying a few times, I've been annoyed at how we only have the +2 leather. We have to be the beefy guy here, but we have pretty bad AC right now. Makes me think of our last Barachi, where we kept getting so many types of dragon scales all over the place. Would love some dragon scales today. Those were some sleep sheep, dream sheep. Pretty scary unless you have someone to not be asleep with you, or you just have an overwhelming amount of power. So we'll attack it. We will swap to the flame axe this time. We will throw. We'll swap to the sling. Shoot it. Back away. I'd rather just have my buddy with me. Get out of there. You don't want to be barbed in a bad location. Bring them up. Let's go down this one. This one was the original Hydra. Switch to the... Bring it up. See, when you have the branding of flaming, Hydras just lose their heads and they become completely useless. So once you have a solution to Hydra work, they no longer feel scary. Just a reminder, this is now Lair 5. It looks like we're dealing with, what would I call it? I like to call it like the water temple layer, where there's like a center water region with little walls. Usually there's like some sort of like mermaid collection. There's usually things that make you want to fly into the center, or like work your way in, but then you get like trapped by overwhelmed things from all directions. And so for this one, you kind of want to work the edges, make things come out to you, stay safe. There's often a lot of yak packs in this version. They kind of just, they're there to surprise you from their side, and then you get surrounded by unfortunate things. And yeah, there's usually like this kind of like rim setup around, and the stairs are usually in the rim. I don't think I've ever seen the stairs in the center in the water temple space. Sometimes you get a little island like that. Sometimes like that's where all the yaks are, and it's like Yak Island. A little bit of a hornet. Hornets are pretty scary when you're by yourself. Oh, we've got a sky shark, very deadly unless you have the throughput to nuke them. I'm gonna switch to my flaming axe. Sometimes you get these barbed guys. You'll get trapped in the side. They'll barb you, and then you're left to your own devices. So you got to be careful to not get barbed in a bad spot. The nice thing is usually the center of the map in the mermaid area usually has a really good treasure trove of items to take advantage of. I've been barbed. So we shall see what kind of loot we get at the end of this. But yeah, just work your way around, clear the edges. There's usually a lot of mobs around here. And then you work your way inward from there. Yeah. See, sometimes the downstairs will be just on the edge of the temple space, and it's there so that you start chaining things from the inside. It's very scary. So yeah, you just map the corners, map around, and kind of spiral yourself inward, not pulling too much at a time. One of the reasons why the mermaids are so scary is they can entrap you. I'm not sure the exact word of the ability, but it like puts a spell on you such that you have to walk towards it, and there's no way to break it other than like a cancellation potion, and you really don't want to use a cancellation potion this early in the game. There's our merfolk, and I could probably tell you the ability here. It's like in trance or something, Avatar song, and it forces you to move away, unwilling to move away. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. To break it without cancellation is to break line of sight. So you kind of want to see, I'm mesmerized, but you see I can actually walk this way. But I couldn't walk outward. So if I go here, I've broken mesmer, and then we've leashed it here, and its buddies have been leashed as well. And so, I mean, that's how you deal with them here. You've been given the walls to take advantage of that, and there you go. So good news, bad news is we've finished. Good news, bad news is we really didn't get much out of the center. I picked up the air staff just in case we need some RLEC after we swap out this body for something else, but yeah, we really didn't get too much out of this layer 5, which is unfortunate. Let's just take a look. You can go to the items not recognized by hitting the backslash button, which is above enter on a keyboard. Typically you hit that. This is what you have recognized and found, and this is, you click it again, and then these are the things you haven't. And so you can see the kind of scrolls and potions you haven't identified yet. So you can see we have for scrolls, butterfly, noise, silence, and summoning. Silence, summoning, and butterflies are pretty rare. Noise is not. So if you look at your scrolls, I have 3 of the 4, and so it's like, okay, one of these is noise probably statistically, but the other 2 are like butterflies or summoning or one of those. And so it's like you don't want to randomly read that because you don't want to have butterflies or summoning read for no reason. Same goes for potions. We've got 3, but we have plenty of potions left. One could be moonshine, it could be attraction, and might. Like, that's probably those 3. Moonshine, attraction, and might. But you don't know until you read an ID on them. So anyway, we're already at 2 revelation scrolls. We lost one earlier, but 2 out of 5 is pretty good for our eventual goal of Zot 5 coverage. So good. We're on good pace for that. Anyway. We're off to Orc. Go to Orc. And our goal is to at least get Orc and hopefully the rest of Dungeon in our play here today. We got Blink, we got some ID scrolls, we have Silence, enchant armor. I don't really ever buy Fog. We have these at our disposal for now. We've actually got quite a lot of Blinks, so I'm not going to rush into buying those things, particularly because we might find more stores deeper here that might have some better items and uses for our money. Now we have a Saint Roka. Saint Roka is very scary. Obviously it comes with an Orc pack. It can smite, literally. It can battle cry. So my goal here is to get as many guys around me and go upstairs without actually encountering Roka. Note we can idealize and transfer our guy, so I actually could transfer Saint Roka to my guy, go upstairs, and then resummon my guy. But I don't think I want to do that quite yet. So I'm just gonna get what I can pull up. Now that I look at this, we're dealing with a one-step down situation. I probably could have more strongly considered doing that clever Saint Roka pull. I don't know. But it looks like no matter what, we're going to have to deal with this. The only other option would be to like Revelation to get the full Orcish Mines 1 and then abuse our limited digging to get to the other doors. I don't think I want to use those resources quite yet. So I'm going to just pop down and pop up if I get afraid. Yep. Just regen, pop up, pop down. We've got an archer type, a blast miner, I think they're called. I'm going to go down one step so the spears come down. Go up. Ooh, this is scary. I'm going to blink. Fearing, I don't think would work as well as you think. They would touch the wall and maybe wake themselves up. Like touching each other might wake them. So I'm going to blink. Walk. Walk. Maybe my guy. No. I'm just going to pull out, bring my guy back, go down. He won't be mited anymore. That was from Saint Roka. It feels really bad wasting a blink scroll. Another option is I could randomly teleport, but like look how big this much of the Orc 1 I've explored. If our other downstairs are in little holes that are like not big and mapped, the chances of a teleport scroll finding me there is very unlikely. I'm gonna pop down one more time. And I'm going to transfer either I think I transfer the blast miner. I go up, I recall my guy, and he's dead. And we're gonna do this again. I'm gonna transfer the orc bow, go up, recall my guy, and then now I don't have to do any transfer shenanigans with Saint Roka. It's just a downstair. So let's go one more time. Down. Roka's moved away, but if I hold, he'll appear. And I'm going to let my guy beat at him. I wonder if there's some wands I could use to help my guy. Or any sort of ranged ability. I'll swap to my gun. I'll be very careful to back out if he starts smiting me. And I'm out. Call my guy. Do it again. I'm going to... repeat. This time with Mind Burst. Mind Burst. I want to see my guy do some damage before I commit. I'm going to idealize him. I'm going to try to paralysis, maybe? 8%, no. I'm going to try to acid. So far, this isn't great. I don't like this at all. I'm going to back out, get my guy back, and restart. It's not great having Saint Roka in this situation. I think I might start abusing the throwing net and doing transfer shenanigans and just committing. I have a Berserker Potion if I absolutely have to. And I can fear, probably. I'm going to back away, though, from this because I don't want to start the fight already down from a smite. I'm going to Mind Burst. Mind Burst. I'm going to transfer. I'm going to throw. And Berserk. I mean, there's many other ways of doing that, probably safer ways, but I mean, getting a Saint Roka is not unexpected in Orc, but my god, it can be tough to kill a Saint Roka. The good news is we probably don't have any, well, I mean, everything is going to be challenging, but that's probably the hardest we're going to have to fight for the rest of Orc. Let's not get too overconfident, but I mean, the reality is Saint Roka is not fun. We have a 4 plate armor of fire resist, which is incredible. Of course, it gets rid of our poison, but we're not in a scenario where I expect a lot of poison right now. And we have plenty of strength. And so now we have that beef that we were looking for earlier. So it looks like our orc is one of these like little village orcs where they have little huts with doors everywhere like this. Inside will be a few orcs. Sometimes there's a bigger one, kind of like a city hall or something. Oh, we got a orc warlord. Worth noting, if we do need to escape fully from Orc, we can build 1 digging now that we know that this is right here. So that's okay. Don't overcommit, but we're pretty strong now. There's a nice orc bow. Since we're going shield, we probably won't be using bows, so that's fine. Pretty useless ring mail. Yeah, nothing really here. Paralyzed. It's good we have a buddy. We don't want to be tabbing our way through life too much here. The last thing we want is to be accidentally dragged into the town hall version of whatever you want to call these little orc homes, and then you're kind of like stuck. Like, this is not too bad. Shadow Dragon Scales, I'll mark it, but I doubt it. That is more about being stealthy. He can polymorph, and he has a 1 of polymorph. So thankfully he's not like a... he's not going to abyss us, but get in close. And, I mean, we're pretty powerful now. See, this one I think is like the town hall situation. I'll attack until I feel any sort of fear. Not too bad. One of these guys had an axe, battle axe of flaming. That's nice, but I'm not a two-handing axe player. I prefer a nice shield. Oh, this guy has an axe of distortion. That's very scary. I'm gonna back away and hope my guy kills it. Yeah. This could have abyssed me if I got unlucky. So anyways, when you have this kind of like town hall looking one, you just leash them. You poke in, you get them out. Pull my guy back. Leash a few. Don't chase. Ooh. I'm not liking this. I'm going to fear. Always be afraid of the red ones. I'll run away. I believe I had some sort of mana regen. I think my neck isn't regen. Or not mana, but a health regen. So running away is always beneficial for me because as I run, I get more health. I'm going to switch to my darts. Help along. My guy will probably kill it. Yep. I could have saved that fear if I was playing a little bit more protective. But that was what happened. A bunch of silence, enchant armor. Not the worst things, but not what I'm looking for in terms of dumping big amount of money. My hope is that inside the town hall here, there's going to be a bunch of stores. Or, I mean, we've seen a lot of stores already, but sometimes you'll see at the end here at least 1 or 2. Just 2 today. Ooh, here we go. Rewarded. We've got some gold dragon scales. We have a buckler. I'll note it. We can actually just buy the golden dragon scales. I'm going to look here, though. An arbalist, a double sword. Nothing really here. I will never use that arbalist because it's two-hander. But guess what, guys? We are buying whatever this is. I don't care if there's literally nothing to it. It is a +1 golden dragon scale. So 26 defensive with the plate armor and its fire resist. This, I was holding my screen a little too long. This gives me fire, cold, R poison, and it is just as good, and it's already pre-enchanted. Do I get RLEC with it as well? No. So I'll keep my guy on me in case I encounter like a nickel or something. Do we want to buy anything else? I certainly will never need that shiny dragon scales. I don't want to assume with the plate armor there. I probably will never have the cash to feel like I can just buy it just to see, but I'll save it. I may want to buy these enchant armors now because I now have an endgame armor and I am comfortable dropping enchant armor on it. So we'll start with that. I'm just going to throw all of it there. Repeat. Orc 1's version is here. I don't really have much money after this, but I definitely am eyeing that blinking scroll. Is it worth getting an identification? No, probably not. So anyway, our defense is significantly improved doing Orc. Let's see if there's any more upstairs that we didn't use. You always got to remember that you didn't see all of the downstairs with Orc. And I just got a bunch of stuff. I quickly walked over it. I don't know what I picked up. Maybe it was a book or something. Anyway, actual Orc is done, and so let's go to D, I think 13, but I'll start at 12. Yeah, and we've got some time left to keep pace, and work our way through the remaining parts of dungeon. Our buddy here is finally done using the evocation books, which is perfectly fine. What's his power level? I guess it's our level, and we are XL of 15, so he just got Bolt of Magma. We're pretty close to getting Lajatang and Haste, which is kind of like your mid-game, and then right at the end, he'll probably get Crystal Spear. I'm going to back away. I don't want to get Manticored with barbs. To be honest, my guy just kills everything anyways, but that is the power of Hep. In my opinion, Hep is one of the better gods. I know some people don't like it. You don't get like an innate, like, what would you call it? Like an escape, maybe is the word you would want to use. But like to abuse his movement swapping is like a mini escape, and you definitely get a lot of power if you make good choices. There's a bunch of curing here. I have 8 on me. I'm not going to drop money on him just yet. Ooh, we got an Urig right in our face. We're pretty powerful now. He's got a plus... Oh, no, that's me. He has a Battle Axe of Flame. So nothing really of value there, but I will just kill it probably pretty quickly. Yep. Not to worry. With one slime comes more slimes. I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to back away. You don't want them to exist in their big slime version. That's not the max, but it's certainly bad. So you kind of camp here and re-engage while they're split. Call it a day. If you feel like you can kill them quick enough, you can do it kind of like that. Let's wait for him to come around the corner. We got an ID scroll. Let's finish off our potions. See, Moonshine. The reason why I'm finishing off the potions is because we want to know where our might is, and we just found it. I'm guessing that this X is attraction, so I'm going to leave it, and we're going to do U, and it's summoning. We have a Buckler of Fire Resistance and a War Axe of Flaming, which is the same as ours. I actually am tempted to consider this Buckler. We just have a base kite. Fire resistance is valuable. So we would have 11 shield going down to 6, but have +5 or plus fire resist. Our EV goes from 11 with the Buckler to 10. So it's more like a +4 of a defensive stat per fire resist pip. I'm actually tempted to keep the fire resist on. And go from there, particularly as we approach the ends of dungeons. Often there's like some sort of fire related guys down here. I don't know, we'll make some choices in a second. I gotta remember I can fly. That helps. See, here's a fire guy. You start to get these like end of dungeon, like hellish looking things. We are switching to our War Axe, taking out the heads. I hate the Manticores, so I'm just going to get back. My guy might even kill him in time. And to be honest, my guy blocks the barb shot. We got some frost. We have our vault entrance. I don't like these entropy weavers, so I'm going to actually transfer the weaver to beside me, so I can immediately start killing it. Get in our face here. We have a great ring. I'm going to drop some stuff now that I don't need it. I probably will never need the short sword, but I'll still keep it for a bit. I don't really need this ring. I'm still probably going to use Lings. but I want to pick up this willpower ring. This is a great ring to pick up. I'm going to grab it with G, pick it up, put it on. The question is, with what am I going to swap it with? Let's try that for now. I have an identification, put it on P, and this is the nice thing. Once you have one remaining, it auto identifies, and so now we know all of our scrolls and our remaining potions are all attraction and great ones. And look at this, we have an X of 3, so that's probably attracts, and so any further scroll or potion we find will probably be a very nice thing to have at a good time. All right, dungeon 14 done. Let's move on to what we can do here in 15. So this is pretty scary, but everything's awake. I'm gonna try and kill a few things before I go up, just to split up the dance, but I'm not going to go back down. I'm going to open a different pathway. Back away. We don't want to pop that alarm. Back away. Let's go upstairs. For some reason, we have a very active floor. We didn't pop an alarm or anything, but it's interesting. Undead creatures tend to not use stairs. That's something to be aware of. If you ever have like a pack around you in the stair and it's like, should I go up? Well, the undead will probably not follow you. Geez. Let's get around here. I like to get throwing eventually. Boomerangs are a great source of consistent throwing material. There's a lot of these things. I'm gonna go around the corner, bring my guy back. See, when you're playing Hep, it's about space management. A lot of people just send out their guy and just like think that, oh, he's his own little creature, I'm not gonna manage his movement, but a lot of Hep's power comes from his movement management and where he's standing, where you want him to stand, where you want the enemies to stand. And also like trading your positions with him systematically, strategically. So we got an ice scale, dragon scale. We already have our golden dragon scale, so that's less interesting to me. And also we've already had our ice cave, so unfortunately we got it all in the wrong order, and you know, you don't always get what you want with regards to when your specialty vaults appear. So we're starting to head into, I assume, swamp first. Once again, it's disappointing that we didn't get shoals with flying, but you know, having flying or swimming with shoals is always so fun. But let's get that blinking now that we can afford it. And I don't really care to waste money to know that that's an acquirement, a attraction scroll. I doubt I'm gonna run out of silences. Resistance scroll is nice to have. Potion is nice to have. I've already got 2. I'm going into spider eventually, so I will need all these curings. So I might as well just get them. And I'm here, so I'll get this. That's probably all I want to buy. So we're going to go into swamp. We're a little quick compared to my usual pace. Normally I would end a video around here. I probably will end this part here just to make it nice and clean so that the S vault or S rune branches are cleanly in their own video. So I'm going to say thank you for watching this version or this video's part. Next we're going to go into swamp, and then I think it's spider after that, and we'll take it from there. So thanks for joining me.